I want to take away his pain.
See where this is going.
This should earn Ranrock's trust. I will take it to him immediately. It may distract him from his search.
Isadora.
I take it you're ready to learn your...
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people.
Yes.
Good.
Caution when casting it.
You think you hurt people? You merely adopted hurting people. I was born hurting others, molded by their pain. I didn't know empathy until I was already a dark wizard.
I will, Professor.
I will hold you to that promise.
That wasn't a promise.
Now, you must be precise in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off.
I do not want that
Go
either.
ahead. Nice and steady wand movements.
Right, F.
Remember, the exploding
Right click,
charm
right
is
click,
highly
space.
volatile.
Easy. Let's blow something up.
Well done. Now, let us put it into practice,
Yes,
shall we?
let us.
Bombarda! Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and instant.
High Wing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight?
They tried to
Does
kill
this
me.
have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough.
Seal?
But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
You got it. Yeah, look, I'm gonna level with you. I'm making a lot of gold exploiting these creatures, so... yeah.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell
Through
her
my bay
everything.
mask.
She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers.
Yeah,
I
you
think
actually
she
do.
worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
Technically
We aren't
competition?
involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
So kill them. You got a bow and arrow, big horse. Go f them up. What do you think's...
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Ah!
Poachers were here, all sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin-made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now. And the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted. What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we? That's it. Right, but it's the word.
What have you done?
Easy. Oh.
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend.
Hello, Animagus.
You've made a mistake. I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
Feel pain. Feel suffering. That like literally takes him out of the fight. Yes, fine.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
I would be moving. How is it that the 2 kids are the only ones to think that casting a shield might be a good idea?
This way.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
Which I have comfortably kept in my pocket instead of giving it back to
She
her.
knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it
I
indefinitely.
should raise it as my new
It'll be
mount.
hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
Hide it. I intend to ride it.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was.
Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow
I am.
control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if
She
we
wasn't,
can find
I remember.
her, we can return her egg.
Keep the egg, raise a dragon army.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you.
The
I
killing
didn't want to
curse?
press it
You'd like to
before.
teach me, sweet girl?
Seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
I am a god.
If it's all right with you, I'd rather not say. At least not at the moment.
Understood. We all have our secrets. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can.
Rating.
Yes, get in trouble.
You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
Yell.
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
But here I
Your
am.
message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an arrow telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
Meddle.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her
more you
little
to
gazelle.
her.
Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Damn.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality.
I would be a dragon
My mother is
or a
convinced
snake.
that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How do you become one?
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Yeah, right.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent.
Are they really poaching like normal creatures
She
though?
claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form.
Oh, that's me killing
But she
you.
has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
We're making good progress. We can't quit now.
I agree. I have never considered quitting,
Good.
even for a moment. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not.
Correct.
I choose to act as you have.
Yes.
I must deal with Rookwood
Learn
and
the
Harlow,
dark
not hide
arts.
from them.
Let me teach you
My mother
Crucio.
cannot know where I am all the time.
Then let me teach you
Thank you for being
Advocate
here
Delete
during
Human.
that rather awkward
Yeah, well.
settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master.
Bane mask?
We needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
You haven't given me any instructions, actually. Easy spell to learn. Cute.
Beautifully done.
It's impressive how none of these students fuck it up. What's wrong with like Hogwarts in Harry Potter's day? Like, I feel like everyone in Hogwarts in that period is just really bad except Hermione at like magicking.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you were able to grow a venomous tentacula. Growing such a magical plant is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
I put the seeds in the dirt. What do you mean?
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities.
Like torturing
Were
poachers?
your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
I wasn't there that day. Bane refuses to answer.
Not at all. I was intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OW.
How am I not the most powerful witch here?
I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then,
I know
well
all the
done.
spells.
You are dismissed.
I even know ones I'm not meant to know. I could literally torture you right now. Teach
Anna's
me.
getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it.
Ah,
I'm
we'll
requesting
find
your
it.
help. Meet
I'll
me
give you the
outside
help.
Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych.
The ability to
This is
control
the view
another.
painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Ah,
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this
Sebastian,
mystery.
I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all.
wait,
Still,
all this for a fucking
something
photo?
about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Can we just fast
Unless
travel?
we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
I'll take it. I will take it. Use magic pathway. Let's go. Bingo. Oh, the poor broom. I didn't want to upset the broom. That broom's been diligently cleaning these floors for like 1,000 years. And then I just come wrong and I ruin it.
Now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
Ah, it'll be the one on the right.
Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in
Of course
fact.
you do.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
Of course we are.
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
What?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
We've been through
I
this.
do, but not all goblins.
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You fool.
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
I'm so glad I tortured you, and I wish I could do it again.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it.
I hate how he says catacomb.
I need to see her.
Catacomb.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb.
Catacomb.
Perhaps we can when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I did not.
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Go into a catacomb.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
Oh, it's not just me, right? No one says that. Catacomb. It's catacomb. No one on planet Earth says catacomb. No one.
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
There's something here by the altar.
I first mentioned the relic and report. I was reminded to leave it relay, but research must come before fealty. Therefore, when no one was looking, I conjured 2 barricades to isolate the relic. I used their bones as the key. I plan to return to it first class ready for the next assignment, learning Imperious. The spell is said to circle against enemies.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed.
AKA,
Hold on
you
to
want me
that
to just
diary
do
entry.
this? Yeah, no
There may be
worries.
more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
They were teaching that at Hogwarts? God damn.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant.
I wonder if instead of doing the bone bridge, if you could have grabbed the bones that were
You've
meant
done
to be
it.
for the bone bridge and bring them back here to do this.
I knew we'd get through.
Because that would be
I
quite
felt it
interesting.
in my bones.
Nice.
Don't pay that, man. You're better than that.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
How do you know it?
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Alright, give it to me, baby.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at
Yes.
stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries.
I need this spell.
Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
You know who you're talking to?
Here we go. Something troubling ahead.
Sebastian, the relic! Look!
Could it be?
That looks sick.
The note and rendition of the relic.
Like
It
a
matches.
Sith holocron on
This must be where the
steroids.
student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I know. It wants death.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle.
Yeah, it's a literal dark
Revelio.
relic. Putting it out there, man. Probably not legit. Also,
Is that ominous?
oh no. Oh no, he found us. We're in trouble.
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Look about it. One of them dies. Kill. Yes. Unlock the relic with the power of death.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
I did.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
No. Ominous. I've made my decision. It's time for you to die.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
Yes.
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperio?
Hang on, what? What? I don't understand what I'm suggesting. Am I going to Imperio him? F it, I won't Imperio you, it'll be funny.
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility. This could save your friendship. I know how to cast it, Sebastian taught me, but I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask this of me.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperio! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Ha ha ha! Yeah.
Sebastian, come on.
Good.
What did you do?
What I...
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
And if you don't obey, you're next. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. This feels like exactly the path I want to walk. Anyone that played the old school Knights of the Old Republic, and this is that slippery slope that you went down like with Revan and Malik. It's like, oh, we want to do the right thing, except no, I don't. I do just want power. And I will start moving obstacles to get it. Some of the quests are okay,
You do the wrong thing.
No.
You need the relic.
We need the
I know.
relic.
But not like this.
Yes, like this.
Ominous
This is
and
the
I agreed.
only way.
Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
Technicalities.
I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
This is how it begins.
You've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. I hope he knows that hasn't changed.
It doesn't matter.
How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
Until he dies.
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb, just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian. Miriam.
Yeah.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research.